First at 4, Michigan is in the national spotlight during a very unusual election year. We've been tracking the debate at the State Board of Canvassers. We'll have the latest. General Motors loses a battle it's been fighting for 4 years. We'll talk about a safety recall that could cost more than $1 billion. Paula.
Hi, Karen. While so many of us are thinking about our Thanksgiving dinner, so many others are worrying about dinner, breakfast, and lunch every single day. We take you to the front lines of what it's like to try to feed a growing number of hungry. Hi, Ben.
Hey, Paula, the mild temperatures got rid of all of that snow, but just don't bank on seeing a whole lot of sunshine as we head towards Thanksgiving Day. We'll look at your Turkey Day forecast right now. First at 4.
Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, it could be the most dramatic election certification process Michigan has ever seen. The stakes are higher this time around because President Donald Trump has refused to concede that he lost to Democrat Joe Biden. Wayne County's ballots almost weren't certified as 2 Republican canvassers raised objections and tried to take back their approval. Now, over the weekend, Republican leaders in Michigan asked the state canvassing board to delay certification by 2 weeks, and that all sets the stage for today's big meeting in Lansing. Let's get to Kimberly Gill. She's following the very latest. Kim.
Hi, Karen. Good afternoon. The State Board of Canvassers started the meeting a little after 1 p.m. and has been hearing public input for more than 3 hours now. One Republican on the board has already indicated he will vote against certification. Like so many public meetings these days, it was held via Zoom with just a few people in the room in Lansing. The main points of contention: the accuracy of the vote. Does the law allow an audit before or after certification? And does the state board even have the power to launch any kind of audit or investigation before voting to certify the vote? The chair of Michigan's Republican Party pushed for more time to analyze the vote, while a handful of city and county clerks argued that not certifying the vote would send a destructive message about democracy.
Your duties are ministerial and mandatory under Michigan election law. This assault on Michigan's democratic process has come from many directions over the last 3 weeks, but it all stems from the same source, President Trump. Now he is pressuring our elected and appointed representatives to bend to his will and commit acts that will be remembered as a subversion of the free and fair elections.
We need to remove the distrust and the sense of procedural disenfranchisement felt by many Michigan voters in place. This vote will be certified and the will of the people will be upheld, but we need to ensure there is a fair and accurate vote first.
At this hour, public input is still being taken. Hundreds of people are waiting to speak. Our Rod Maloney is in Lansing, and he will join us live tonight at 5. And by the way, if you want to watch the board in action, we are streaming that meeting on our website at clickondetroit.com. For now, Karen, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right. Thank you, Kim.
Sure.
President-elect Joe Biden continues his efforts to get to work with the announcement of key cabinet appointments. The transition team confirms Biden will name Anthony Blinken as his nominee for Secretary of State. He's tapping Jake Sullivan as National Security Advisor and Linda Thomas Greenfield as Ambassador to the United Nations. Biden says this team is ready to start rebuilding American institutions to keep Americans safe at home and abroad. We are talking about another coronavirus vaccine and support for Detroit restaurants in this COVID-19 Monday update. Today, City of Detroit announced it will allow outdoor dining throughout the winter. Now, restaurants can use tents, but the city says they cannot be totally enclosed. Only one side of the tent should be down to allow continual airflow. State just reported 53 new outbreaks reported in Michigan schools, and more than 11,000 new cases of COVID-19 have been reported in the past 2 days. We've also lost another 65 people to the virus here in Michigan. AstraZeneca is the third major drug company to offer late-stage results for a possible coronavirus vaccine. It was developed by Oxford University with trials based in the United Kingdom and Brazil. This trial looked at different dosing regimens and found this vaccine is between 62% and 90% effective, depending on the dosage. If you recall, it was last week when Pfizer and Moderna said their vaccine candidates are almost 95% effective. New at 5, Dr. McGeorge is going to take a look into some of the other key differences between these vaccines. General Motors must move forward with an expensive recall that they have been fighting for 4 years. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says the automaker needs to recall and repair nearly 6 million big pickup trucks and SUVs. The safety effort focuses on potentially dangerous Takata airbag inflators and could cost more than $1 billion. GM has petitioned the board 4 times since 2016, arguing research has shown the inflator canisters are safe. 27 people have been killed worldwide because of canisters that exploded, including 18 in the United States. The company has 30 days to come up with a proposed schedule for notifying owners. And we did post a link where you can check on your vehicle on the Help Me Hank page at clickondetroit.com. The Warren City Council is scheduled to vote on a proposed lawsuit settlement tomorrow. That lawsuit involves 31 marijuana license applicants seeking damages against the city for alleged violations during the 2019 application process. If approved, the settlement would result in dismissal of all claims against the city and then provide licensees for 28 applicants. If declined by council, it is expected that litigation against the city will proceed. If you're not a fan of winter weather, Sunday was probably shaking things up a little bit for you. Ben Bailey is standing by with current conditions. I know my kids weren't complaining. They were excited to see those snowflakes.
I'm telling you, Karen, some of the kids in our neighborhood had the sleds out, and now that snow is nowhere to be found. Warm temperatures took care of it, and a beautiful look at the skyline here. Some dark clouds, but some sunshine around those. And even though the clouds are dark, we are going to stay dry until about this time tomorrow. That's when our next rain chance starts to roll in. Temperatures pretty close to average, low to mid 40s out there. And you can see our next system just starting to cross the Mississippi there in northern parts of Missouri. That will be here tomorrow. And then once it gets here, we've got quite a bit of wet weather ahead of us. So tomorrow, rain and snow does return. There will be some pockets of that snow, a little bit different than what we went through this weekend. We'll talk about that. Some tricky travel for folks who are leaving on Wednesday. But Thanksgiving Day looks like one of our best, Karen. We'll run down your Turkey Day forecast and the weekend ahead in just a few minutes.
All right. Thank you, Ben. While many of us are preparing for Thanksgiving dinners with or without extended family, there is a growing number of people who are really worried about every single meal, every single day. The lines at food banks are getting longer and longer. People are showing up needing help who have never needed help before. Paula Tumpman joins us to talk about the food bank needs right now. And Paula, this year has been so difficult.
Oh my gosh, it really has, Karen. And you know, there are a lot of organizations out there working very hard to meet the needs of people who are hungry. And if you need, they want to hear from you. If you can help, they need to hear from you. The long lines for food are growing as people who have never, ever needed help for food before join those who are food insecure.
We're seeing people coming from all walks of life, and they truly are from all walks of life. You can tell because some people come on their bicycles, some people come by feet, some people come in a luxury car.
Since the beginning of the summer, we have heard so many people who have come to us that have said, I've never needed help before. I didn't even know how to get here.
This is not about a one-time Thanksgiving turkey giveaway. This is about growing chronic food uncertainty. Gleaner's Food Bank, which has numerous programs and partners to feed families, has seen exponential growth by about 50,000 people per month.
Winter's coming, right? We just saw snow yesterday and this morning. So there's heat bills. There's heat bills that are going to start going up and are going to be harder to pay when you're juggling resources. It's an everyday juggle of resource and support that households need right now.
Zaman International has a food pantry in Inkster.
Anyone who's willing to sit in the line for a few hours and wait for a box of food, that tells us something here in Michigan. It tells us something in Southeast Michigan and Detroit and its suburbs.
By the time we were into July, we had already surpassed the amount of food we had distributed in the entire of 2019.
Macomb Community Action says while the need is great, thus far, they do have plenty of food, and they want people to reach out to get it.
Make sure you connect with your local DHS office. Connect with Macomb Community Action. We can help you with that as well. But make sure you go to our food website, find out where food pantries are available to pick up those emergency food boxes.
Yeah, listen, and here's the big thing. Right now, this is what food banks need, whether it's your small local food bank or one of the larger organizations that are feeding these smaller organizations, they need money. It's not the food, Karen. They need the money so that they can buy what they know they need. They know what their storage capacities are and are not. And so anybody who's able to help these food banks, you are helping your next door neighbor, whether you know it or not.
All right. Thank you very much, Paula. Still ahead here first at 4, boosting women in the boardroom. We'll talk about one country that's taking some drastic action to shatter its glass ceiling. Also ahead, eyes in the skies. You're looking at another way to fight the coronavirus, we'll explain. And air travel could be more complicated in the future. The change facing passengers for one airline, and it might not stop there. Up first, here's a sneak peek at the Defender investigation about a missing Farmington Hills woman I'm working on for tonight at 5. She just walked out of work one day, never to be seen again.
I think about, did someone look there?
What happened to Danielle Stislicki? Gone for 4 years.
There was something more to this case.
Those close to the case speak up for the first time.
That also added a very mysterious twist to it.
Now, the defenders go inside the investigation.
This can't possibly be what happened.
Tonight at 5.